Hey Panthers, I'm going to give you this assignment to work on either Friday and Monday, depending on where you are and if you're A or B. And so I'm going to explain it, but in order to explain it, I'm going to give you a sample in my notebook. And some of you might have started this already in class, so you don't need to watch. Or if you want help and you want to watch it again, go for it. Here it is. Oh dear, I'm backwards. How do I flip this camera? There we go. Winner. Okay, Panthers, this is your assignment. Choose a character from this list right here. Choose a character, and you're going to analyze their traits, strengths, and flaws. You'll need to include at least 2 pieces of evidence and the form of quotes and embed them in your writing using the act, scene, line format. So explain it, elaborate, and explain what's going on. So to get a 4, perfect score, you'll need to fully analyze the character and use your 2 quotes to help deepen my understanding of their personality, strengths, and flaws. And you'll need to embed their quotes in different methods and with purposeful context. And then just click down here and start writing. So I'm going to do this. Should work like there we go. Okay. For sample, you can't write about Benvolio. He's not on your list, so we will write about Benvolio together. We've got these 3 quotes, and I hope that you're able to speed up the playback of the video, but I'm not sure if you can. But if you can, I would recommend doing that. Benvolio is he's passive. He is a chill dude. He is a peacemaker. He is, let's see, what else can we say about him? He's a rule follower. And he is cares for others. What's a good word for cares for others? That would be compassionate. Okay, so we just, by thinking about this, what are the things that Benvolio does? He stops a fight. He asks how Romeo's doing. And he tells Mercutio, whoops, there's no N in Mercutio, to chill out. And he cooperates with the prince. And in class, I saw a lot of you saying, "Oh, Benvolio is a snitch," but I don't know if that's. I think it says his personality is to cooperate with authority. If that makes him a snitch, then that's so be it. Okay, and I'm going to switch colors and say that when we write in a formal setting, which, we're at school, so we're writing in a formal way. I think if I shrink this, it might actually be easier to read. Yeah, maybe. That'll work anyway. This is a formal piece of writing, so we're not going to say chill dude, and we're not going to say chill out. We are going to say Mercutio. He tells Mercutio to be calm. Okay, I think that's enough for us to use to write. We got our quote. I do but keep the peace. From Act 1, Scene 1, line 61. And we've got our quote. Uh-oh, pause.
Those riding bus 40 49 and about.
And we've got that quote when Benvolio says, "All know his grievance." In Act 1, at the end, when Benvolio is telling Romeo's dad, Montague, that he will find out what's bothering Romeo. "I'll know his grievance or be much denied." And that is Act 1, Scene 1, line 150. And the third one is when he's on the, in the Lerman movie, when he's on the, what's it called? The lifeguard tower, and he says, "If we meet the Capulets, if we meet, we shall not escape a brawl." Act 3, Scene 1. I think that's line 3. Okay, so that's enough for us to write about. We've got everything we need. All we must do now is to put it together. So, indent a finger's width right here. And say, in the play, the tragedy of Romeo and Juliet, underline it, it's the title of a play by William Shakespeare. Shakespeare is famous enough that you could leave out his first name and get away with it. Romeo's cousin Benvolio is a passive, compassionate, rule follower. You know what? I don't like this comma here. I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, next sentence is going to have some evidence. Let's go in chronological order. Act 1, Scene 1 first. When a fight starts, when a fight breaks out, Benvolio attempts to stop it.
Students writing bus 44, your bus.
Saying, "I do but keep the peace." Quotation marks, parentheses, Act 1, dot, Scene 1, dot, line 61, period. Benvolio follows the rules of the city government. That's the prince. And tries to encourage others to do the same. Okay, the rubric says that we need to have 2 pieces of, oops, can't shrink it far enough out of the way. The rubric says we need 2 pieces of evidence, 2 quotes, both quotes. So, And then it also says that we need to have evidence with 2 sentences of elaboration. So let's make sure that we are doing that. Follows the rules based on this I do but keep the peace, and attempting to, well, we already used the word attempt, so we'll strike that. Making an effort to spread calm Benvolio shows his respect for order. And you know the word civility? It's like manners and politeness. Okay. Later in Act 1, so now we have 2 sentences that explain why we chose this quote. Now our second quote, we're going to talk about how Benvolio cares for others. So we will say later in Act 1, Romeo is sad and Benvolio attempts, nope, we already used attempts, and Benvolio approaches him after telling his father that he will find out what his grievance is. Hey, Panthers, did you see how I just used one word from the quote? That is allowed and encouraged. Benvolio cares about his cousin. Oh no, the lights went out. That's funny. Benvolio cares about his cousin and shows his empathy even though Romeo is resistant. Benvolio continues to talk to him about his feelings, revealing his deeply compassionate personality. Okay, quote, sentence that explains it, sentence that explains it. We've met our rubric. Now all we have to do is put a conclusion sentence on here. All we have to do is take some of our great words and say Benvolio is a caring and passive rule follower. Benvolio is a caring and passive rule follower. Woo! So this is exactly the type of paragraph that I want you to write, and I would copy this one into your notebook so that you always have it in your notebook. And then I would pick a different character on your own and do something very similar to what I did right here. Have fun, good luck, do your best, and email if you have any questions.